My holidays just started, so that means I have a lot of time to work on CureX. So I needed a goal, and after thinking for a while, I came up with two goals in mind. One, add the Satoru clan to CureX, and two, hit 200 subscribers. So please don't forget to sub. And to start things off, I'll be adding the myth, the strongest, and the legendary Kit Kat, aka Satoru clan. Before we jump in, I have some news. Cure X used to be an FPS game, but slowly I started deciding against it because I felt like a lot of games have guns and not many have like clans, and there are a lot of FPS games right now on Roblox as well. So now, Cure X will just be a game with a campaign and with third-person like shift lock. So now let's actually begin with making the first ability. So I started off by adding a part, making it blue, glow, and calling it a day. But it looked trash. I needed Gojo level stuff. This was so ugly that I would get disqualified from the ugliest VFX contest just because of how ugly it was. So I scrapped Project Blue Ball and decided to make the whole VFX, including the ball with VFX with particles. To help me with that, I used a reference image which helped a ton. Around 30 minutes of messing around with the VFX, and I came to something I actually really liked. But something was missing. Or better said, it was all just blue. I mean, that's what you'd expect from Lap's blue. But I mean, like, everything was so bright with no darkness. So I added a bunch of like black and dark blue slashes to make it look slightly nicer. I was pretty happy with my VFX, and sure, it didn't look exactly the same as Lap's Blue, but I liked it a lot. Then I got to scripting it. This was actually pretty easy. I looked at my older script that I made earlier for the Fire Pillar VFX for help. First off, we needed to take everything off the local scripts, which wasn't that hard, and I'm also not going to be explaining my script step by step or anything, because it gets boring fast. And then after finishing up with my local script, I started with coding the server script. At first, it was going smoothly, before running into a small problem which I solved pretty quickly. Then after a few tests, I started actually coding the parts and how they will fly. I got everything running and started making the parts actually fly. Right now, I'm using tweens to move them forward, like towards the mouse, but here's the issue. Tweens always take the same amount of time, so like if you're aiming far away, they move super fast, and like if you're aiming close, they like crawl forward to the target, and it looks kind of weird. In the future, I will be changing it to use acceleration instead. Once all of that was done, I made a hitbox and made it red so I actually saw how big the hitbox should be. And well, after testing it out, I decided to call it a day and made a heart out of the lapse blues. But remember, this is just the beginning. There's a lot more to come to the Satoru clan in Curex. I will probably be adding more stuff like Reversal Red, Hollow Purple, and maybe also his domain. So stay tuned for more updates. Anyways, I'm gonna go touch some grass.